Today we are ranking every single lightsaber hilt in Star Wars going on a tier list from S to F, S being the best and F being the absolute worst. But before we do that, this video is sponsored by Sabers Pro. Sabers Pro has the best, highest quality Star Wars lightsabers on the market. They have clash on clash, color changing, motion sensor, sound effects, all of the above. And they are the highest quality, most durable lightsabers on the market. So if you head over to saberspro.com/Levi-Handler and use promo code SWDD at checkout, that is an extra 10% off your purchase. So let's get back into the ranking. Now, let's start with, at the very end, let's start with Yoda's lightsaber. Now, this lightsaber just literally looks like an Anakin copycat, so it's just going to go into probably C tier. I like Yoda, and that's the only reason why it's going into C tier. Next, we have Asajj Ventress's bent lightsabers. These are the second bent lightsabers that are in the whole of Star Wars in reality, and they're very cool. The first dual-wield bent lightsabers we've seen. So, for their uniqueness, I'm going to go on A tier, not so S tier, because it's a copycat of Count Dooku's, because obviously she was his apprentice, so it makes sense in the end. So, yeah, it's going to go into A tier. Next, we have Qui-Gon Jinn's original lightsaber, B tier. I don't really like the look of this. It looks dull. It doesn't have really any much color. It's not very unique. It just looks big and bulky. So that's why it's going to go into B tier for bulky. Next, we have the Jedi Temple Guard lightsabers that go into dual wield whenever you hit them. I like it, but not as clear as Palpatine's lightsaber, but it's okay. I'm going to be honest. It's very well okay all around. So we'll throw it in a B tier as well. This is another Anakin copycat lightsaber. There is a bunch of them on here. But it's just another Anakin copycat. Like, I don't understand why we have so many Anakin copycats. It's another one. Someone put it in C tier. Because it's literally a copycat. Next, we have another, in reality, kind of a... I don't really know who this one is in reality anyway. It just looks like a dual-wield Anakin. I think this is Rey's lightsaber whenever she saw herself in the reflection, I believe. But other than that, I really don't know where this came from. So, B tier. Yeah, we'll throw it in B. And we have these little... These right here, I'm not a big fan of. They're just going to go in F because I'm definitely not a big fan of them at all, really. Next, we have Rey's lightsaber. I hate Rey, and we all know why. F. It's definitely F. It's just, this lightsaber is big and bulky, and it's huge. There's no need for that huge of a lightsaber for a character that had no point being in the sequel trilogy. So, most definitely F. And this being Luke Skywalker's, Anakin's, I'm going to put that in a D, only because Rey owned it, but that's about it. That's why it's going in a D. No other reason. I just don't like Rey, but this lightsaber has a lot of history behind it, so D as high as I can put it. Next, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. Now, his third and final lightsaber, I really like his lightsaber. This lightsaber looks great, and it kind of just looks like Luke's lightsaber, and I just love it. It's S tier most definitely. It's very well unique, straightforward, and all around just great. So, definitely S tier for that lightsaber. Now, second one just looks as identical. What would you go and put in an A tier? It's just as identical as that one. Now, his very first one, based off of Qui-Gon's, I'm going to go on rapid fire through these. C tier. It's big and bulky like this one, and just like Qui-Gon's, I'll put it at B tier at best, but I don't really like it at all. It's not very clean and unique, I'm going to be honest with you, so B tier most definitely. Next, we have, is this Mace Windu's? It kind of, no. Is it Mace Windu's? This looks like Mace Windu's lightsaber, and I believe it is, so if it's Mace Windu's, we'll put it in A tier at best. It just looks like another Anakin copycat with a little bit gold on top of it, but other than that, it's the first purple lightsaber we have seen throughout all of Star Wars, most definitely, especially on screen and film. So that's why it's going to go in an A tier, just above probably Obi-Wan's, but definitely behind Asajj Ventress's. But other than that, it looks cool. It's the very first purple lightsaber, but the hilt, on the other hand, is not very creative at all. So yeah, most definitely A tier at the top. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, I'm going to put in S tier, because who doesn't love Luke Skywalker until the sequel trilogies? I'm not even going to count the sequel trilogies for Luke Skywalker, but the lightsaber all around looks great, and it's very well wonderful. So, yeah. Next, we have another Luke Skywalker lightsaber. This is Anakin's Luke Skywalker, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put this a lot higher, most likely at A tier, just above Obi-Wan Kenobi's. Actually, I'll probably put it behind. I like it. You know, it's clean and it's unique and it owns one Luke. This Rey one, however, is not the best. Trust me, it's not good. It's very well not good. The Lego lightsaber, however, S tier. I love the good old Lego hilt, especially in all the video games. I love the hilt. It's nice, it's unique, and I like it. It's big. That's what it reminds me of. It's nice. But anyway, Kylo Ren's lightsaber. I like Kylo Ren. It's the best thing that came out of the sequel trilogy. If you want my intake on sequel trilogy, it's the best thing that came out of the sequel trilogy. Most definitely. S tier. I like it. I love it. It's unique. I love how the Kylo Ren bled his kyber crystal so much that he had to have 2 endings in the hilt just so it actually worked. So S tier. Yes. Kanan Jarrus' lightsaber. I love Kanan. S tier. Just because I really love Kanan. Now, the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber, they're alright. A is the highest I can get because I got tired of them after seeing them multiple times throughout the whole little trilogy between A New Hope and the prequels. I got tired of seeing them, so A tier at the best for me. Now, Kit Fisto's lightsabers, we have this one, which it's alright. I'll put it in probably B tier. It looks nice. Other than that, along with that one, they're alright. Now, these on the other end, I hate. Now we have Ezra Bridger's second lightsaber and his first lightsaber. I'll rank his first lightsaber at most definitely S tier, just behind Kanan. Actually, if we're going based off of uniqueness, I'll put it in front of S tier. I like this lightsaber. It's the first lightsaber we see that's just made out of parts on a ship, really. It's a gun and a lightsaber at the same time. You can swap between them or whatever you want. It's just nice and it looks cool. So S tier. Next, we have Ezra Bridger's second lightsaber. It looks like Kanan's lightsaber all around, so I'll put it in S tier, just behind Kanan Jarrus's. Now we have Palpatine's gold-silver lightsaber. I'll put that at A tier, just because I'm not a big fan of Palpatine, but I do like its lightsaber and how it just looks. And fun fact about this lightsaber, he used a material that the Jedi hated that he wanted to use just to piss off the Jedi. So yeah, definitely a good old A tier. Now we have, what is this? Another Yoda Luke Skywalker lightsaber. I swear to God, I've seen these multiple times. I'm tired of seeing them. C tier. Now we have Darth Maul's lightsaber from the prequels. A nice double-bladed lightsaber. The first time we've ever seen one ever on film, most definitely. So S tier. All around, just behind Kylo Ren's, but they're very, very cool. Very cool. Now the Darksaber. Since it's Black History Month, I'm going to put it at the very top. Not because of that. I like the story behind it. How it goes based off your emotions. As we saw with Din Djarin in the Book of Boba Fett, the more you think and the more emotions you have, the heavier it gets. But the less emotion you have and you let go, and you don't have many thoughts piling up in your head, you can actually control the lightsaber and it's a lot lighter, and you just let your thoughts wield with the blade. So yeah, awesome. Count Dooku's lightsaber is going to go in C tier. I mean S tier. S tier. S tier. Yeah. I like the way it looks, and it's the first bent lightsaber we've seen, and when you think of it, you think of an old man getting his head decapitated by a 22-year-old Jedi. So, yeah. Next, we have Cal Kestis' lightsaber. Now, his second lightsaber I really do like. It's going to go in A tier. I just like how this little end part right here, and just how the lightsaber comes out of it. The blade comes out of this part, but it looks nice. Now, his first lightsaber, it's not the best. It really isn't. D tier is as low as I'm going to get it. I don't like it at all. I don't. This does not look great. Now we have Anakin's lightsaber. His second lightsaber is going to go into C tier. His first lightsaber, the Youngling Slayer 3000, is going to go into S tier. Now finally, last but not least, we have Ahsoka's lightsabers. Hers from the Clone Wars and hers from whenever she defeated the Inquisitor and killed him, took his lightsaber and then purified the kyber crystals, and now she has 2 white lightsabers. Now, her Clone Wars lightsabers, I love. So they're going to go in S tier. Now, these are going to go in A. I don't really like them that much. So, not as good as these, but I love Ahsoka. So, A tier. So, yeah, there you go. All lightsabers hilts from Star Wars ranked on a tier list from S to F. Bye.